Well, my art explores identity, and I look at identity through different means, through music, through the way that people represent themselves.
Hmm.
And then most recently, I've been doing self-portraits where I've been exploring the identity of women, the identity of, African people. Yeah, through a particular project of self-portraits. Started off learning about film and video, and for me, photography was sort of instant gratification.
Hmm.
And I fell in love with still images. That still image represents so much and it evolves and it could just mean so many different things. I got my start documenting hip hop culture and pretty much I was attracted to artists who use their artistry. They put that up front. Africa, particularly in Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Senegal and Nigeria, I've been documenting urban artists there, looking at how the music scene has developed there. I've shown a collection of those images to people who had no idea about what Africa is, and they were completely blown away. When they see images from Africa, they're used to seeing war, disease, poverty. That's what they're used to seeing because the message that the media portrays about Africa is pretty much that. That's what's dominant in the media. So when I showed this series just to random people that, I didn't even know, they were like, wow. They just wanted to know more about what was going on there. So
Hmm.
that's how, a series of photos could tell whatever story it is that they tell. When I'm home, when I'm in Sierra Leone, or if I'm in Nigeria and I'm there in the midst of the scene, it reminds me a lot of being here in the
Hmm.
90s, which is where I kind of got my start photographing. And the feeling was that something new was coming out all of the time. People were, if you wanted to know what was going on, you could listen to the music and hear perspectives of different people from different parts of the country here. And when I'm there, I get the same feel. I'm learning about just air to the streets, what's going on, what's happening on the ground, like what are the different issues that people are facing, what are they trying to do. So again, all of this through this story of music. So many other messages come out that has more to do than with just the music that they're making. I wanted to bring something valuable to the table. I didn't want to just show my work and say, "Oh, this is what I do," and then, give advice and then move on. I wanted to have a product. And because I was already exploring self portraits, I said, "Wow, this would be a challenging thing and a very, an engaging assignment that I knew would produce something beautiful even before I even met the woman." When I was in Lagos, I went to a church and I was told that I had to put on a shawl because my shoulders were out. How dare I? And, even when I had on the shawl, a lady came up to me and she fixed it more so I wouldn't show too much skin. And in the photos, one of the models, Genevieve, photographers and model, Genevieve, she did these amazing photos that were semi-nude. And I
Hmm.
just thought that it was so, the way that, she said, oh my goodness, she was so nervous to do those photos. And we even explored works of women who did, full nudes, and just to see how something like that was just so way, 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 way cutting edge, in that context. People sent tons of emails. This work is beautiful. Oh my gosh. And it was another way to show, again, another look at what's going on the continent. Here are women who photographed themselves and this is what they had to say. I was completely blown away and amazed. I mean, I just love that series so much. I think that they're very talented women, and I'm honored to have had the opportunity to work with them and even inspire them, to create that work. One of the first projects that I did share was when I went to Senegal. I came back with these images. I had an interview with a hip hop group there, and I also had images, and they were completely shocked.
Hmm.
They said, "What? That's Africa?" They just couldn't believe it. I'm saying, well, those rappers out there, they're talking about positive things. Over here, we're just talking about bling bling and this and that. And, he had such a high level of respect. He was like, wow, I don't really understand everything they're saying, but, that's on point. They all want me to take them. They're like, when are we going? You have to take us on the next trip. And I really wish I could.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be something so valuable to our educational system. I mean, it's so interesting how even now that you look at the debates and everything that's going on, when we talk about education, everything has to do with, the structures and everything, but we're not talking about the content of what our young people are learning. And
Right.
I feel like regardless of what race you are, you need to know a positive. Africa plays a huge role in the development of the world, in the development of this particular country and the Americas, and I feel like we need to start telling the truth in history and stop doing this condescending view in the history books, of Africa and African people, because what happens is the population of our students that are descendants of Africa are taught to hate themselves in a subliminal way. And this comes out. One thing I learned about teachers that I can't tell you, oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. You have to make the discoveries on your own. Mm-hmm. So for me, giving the young people an opportunity to come up with their own, like how the young guy looked at the image of these young people in Senegal and was able to say, oh, this is what we're doing here and this is what they're doing. I respect that. Having these aha moments on their own that kind of make them want to go and visit another place. I feel like that's the most valuable thing, is to, give young people the opportunity to learn about themselves and love themselves and want to know more.